The Nintendo Switch has become home to some of the most unforgettable gaming experiences of this generation. But once in a while, a game comes along that feels more than just fun. It feels perfect. These are the titles where every mechanic, every sound, every small detail feels deliberate and polished. Games that never waste your time, never leave you frustrated without reason, and stay in your mind long after you've finished. Today, I'm showing you the top 10 perfect games on Nintendo Switch. Not just great games, but games that feel complete from start to finish. Every second you spend with these games feels worth it. These are the ones that remind you why you fell in love with gaming in the first place. At number 10, Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 is chaos, but chaos done with absolute purpose. From the opening moments, it throws you into fast, frantic battles that feel larger than life. But what makes it special is that it never feels overwhelming. The controls are tight. You always know you're in charge, and pulling off stylish combos feels natural. There's a rhythm to it. Dodge, strike, summon, repeat, and once you're in that flow, the game becomes pure performance art. The creativity behind each boss battle is something you rarely see. One moment you're fighting demons in the city streets, the next you're battling on top of a moving train. The scale keeps escalating, but the game always keeps pace with you. And beyond all the action, there's a lightheartedness. The humor, the wild story twists, and the ridiculous set pieces all combine into something you'll never forget. At number 9, Astral Chain. Astral Chain is one of those rare games that feels both futuristic and grounded. It drops you into a neon-lit world where danger feels constant, but where hope still shines through. The dual-character combat is something you won't find in any other game. Controlling yourself and your legion at the same time becomes second nature, and before long, you're pulling off combos that feel impossible at first. But Astral Chain isn't just about fighting. Between battles, you're investigating crimes, solving side cases, and helping everyday people. It adds variety and makes the world feel alive. The soundtrack matches the mood perfectly, shifting between haunting, energetic, and mysterious. And those boss fights? They're pure spectacle, demanding strategy and patience. It's a game that pushes you to learn and rewards you for sticking with it. By the end, you're not just finishing missions, you feel like part of this world. At number 8, Hades. Hades is a masterclass in game design. Every single run you attempt feels unique. The moment you pick a weapon, choose your first boon, and step into that first chamber, there's excitement. You never know what build you'll end up with, but you're always in control. The combat is fast and precise. You dash, strike, cast, and react on instinct. But what makes Hades truly perfect is how it weaves story into every run. Characters don't just stand around repeating dialogue, they grow with you. They respond to your successes, your failures, and even your stubbornness. The world feels alive and reactive. The visuals are stunning, dripping with style and personality. The soundtrack is powerful, driving you forward in combat and calming you in quiet moments. And even after you beat the final boss for the first time, the game just keeps giving. New dialogue, new challenges, new surprises. It's a game that respects your time and rewards your curiosity endlessly. At number 7, Mario and Luigi, Brothership. The return of the Mario and Luigi series is exactly what fans needed. This game is pure charm, from the dialogue that will make you smile to the quirky characters you meet along the way. It feels like a joyful adventure from start to finish. But don't let the bright colors fool you. There's clever design beneath all that fun. The battles are turn-based but require timing and attention, keeping you engaged and rewarding skill. The puzzles in the overworld encourage experimentation, and the exploration feels rewarding. Every island brings something new, from unique enemies to creative level layouts that keep things fresh. The soundtrack is playful, matching the tone perfectly. It's one of those games where even the loading screens are entertaining. By the time you finish, you won't just remember the epic moments. You'll remember the little details that made you smile. At number 6, Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is exactly what the series needed. It feels modern and classic at the same time. The tight controls let you move through the world with precision. and the game constantly challenges you to master its systems. The EMMI zones add an extra layer of tension, forcing you to think fast and react even faster. But what makes Metroid Dread so perfect is its pacing. You're always making progress, always finding a new upgrade, unlocking a new path, or discovering a hidden secret. The bosses are tough, but never unfair, pushing you to learn their patterns and improve with each attempt. The world design is layered and interconnected, rewarding exploration without ever feeling repetitive. And when that final battle hits, the culmination of everything you've learned comes together in one of the most satisfying endings on the Switch. It's intense, challenging, and endlessly rewarding. At number 5, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby's first full 3D adventure could have gone wrong in so many ways, but instead, it's a masterpiece of design and creativity. Each world feels carefully crafted, filled with secrets and surprises. The power-ups feel better than ever, and Mouthful mode adds moments of absurdity that will make you laugh out loud. But beyond the humor, there's depth here. The hidden challenges, the collectible Waddle Dees, and the post-game content give players plenty to sink their teeth into. And then there's the final boss, a jaw-dropping battle that comes out of nowhere and leaves you stunned. It's lighthearted without ever being shallow, and playful without ever feeling childish. It's one of those rare games that anyone can pick up and enjoy, but that hardcore players can also lose themselves in. At number 4, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This game is huge, not just in map size, but in heart. The world is massive, with environments that feel alive and rich with history. But what makes Xenoblade Chronicles 3 perfect is the balance between scale and intimacy. The big moments hit hard, but the small, quiet scenes between characters are what make it special. You feel their struggles, their hopes, and their fears. The combat is deep, letting you build strategies that reward thought and planning. The side quests aren't just busy work. They're stories that flesh out the world and make it feel real. And the soundtrack, there are moments where you just stop, put down the controller, and listen. It's emotional, complex, and unforgettable. And number 3, Celeste. Celeste isn't just a platformer. It's a story about battling yourself and finding the strength to keep going. Every level is crafted with precision, teaching you new techniques and pushing you just a little harder each time. The difficulty is high, but never feels unfair. You die, you learn, and you try again. But the reason Celeste is perfect isn't just because of its gameplay. It's because of how personal it feels. The soundtrack swells in just the right moments. The pixel art is simple but expressive, and the writing is sincere and honest. It's one of those rare games that makes you feel seen, makes you feel understood. By the time you reach the summit, you've conquered more than just a mountain. You've conquered doubt. At number 2, Hollow Knight. There's a reason people call Hollow Knight one of the best indie games ever made. The world of Hallownest is filled with secrets. Every corner hides something, a new enemy, a hidden boss, a forgotten piece of lore. The hand-drawn visuals are stunning, and the soundtrack is haunting in the best way. The combat is tight and precise, with bosses that test your skill and patience. The sense of discovery is constant. You think you've seen it all, and then you stumble on a hidden path that leads to an entire new area. The challenge is real, but so is the reward. Finishing Hollow Knight feels like an achievement. It's not just about beating bosses, it's about uncovering a world and becoming part of it. At number 1, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. What makes Breath of the Wild perfect is its freedom. You're not following a set path, you're writing your own story. You see something interesting in the distance, and you go explore. The world reacts to your curiosity, rewarding you for thinking outside the box. The physics system allows for creativity in ways most games wouldn't dare. Combat, exploration, puzzle solving, it all blends seamlessly. The shrines challenge your brain. The landscape challenges your instincts, and the subtle environmental storytelling makes every discovery feel like your own. You could spend hours doing nothing but exploring and still stumble on new surprises. It's a world that feels alive and endless. Every moment feels like an adventure. It's not just a perfect game, It's a once-in-a-generation masterpiece. And there you have it, the top 10 perfect games on Nintendo Switch. Each one of these games offers something unforgettable, something that goes beyond just playing and becomes an experience. These are the kinds of games that remind you why we love gaming in the first place. I want to know, which of these games meant the most to you? And is there a title you think belongs here? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.